We've talked a lot about how tough this pandemic shutdown has been on parents having to balance their work plus helping their kids get educated and get through school lessons. But what about the teachers? Under the best of circumstances, teaching is a tough job. But during the coronavirus crisis, educators had to create specialized virtual plans, keeping up with changes in grading policies, all while dealing with the tragedy of losing some of their own to COVID-19. Clinical psychologist Dr. Jeff Gardere is eager to talk about teacher stress tonight after leading an educator workshop this afternoon. Doc, good to see you. How are you?
Great to see you, Bill. I'm doing well, thank you.
So let's talk about it. I think there are two sides to it. On one hand, I think a lot of parents recognize how valuable teachers are now that they're doing that job. On the other hand, I wonder how stressed teachers are thinking there is going to be a push to continue some distance learning beyond the shutdown.
Absolutely. Making that transition for 1.1 million students just in the New York City public school system alone, from brick and mortar to online learning, and then eventually making plans of online learning and brick and mortar in-person learning is a tremendous task, something that they've never done before, and it's got them really stressed out, Bill.
So what advice do you have for the teachers?
Well, it's important, first of all, that they grieve. We know in New York City, for example, there have been at least 51 deaths, according to the Department of Education. And so teachers, principals have not really discussed this. So they need to have informal support groups to be able to talk about what that grieving process feels like. I think it's also important that they take advantage of the employee assistance programs, Bill, that have been offered to them using the telepsychology. And finally, we know a lot of these teachers are type A personalities, and they need to understand that this transition, if I may use the term on the streets, is going to be really sloppy, so they can't stress themselves out trying to perfect it. It will take time for them to get it in a way that is comprehensive for their students. I don't envy them. It is an almost impossible job, but one that they are tasked with doing, and I know that they will be successful.
All right. Thank you, Doc.